Welcome to the Middleware Tech YouTube channel. In this series, you'll learn about inner class and anonymous class. All code examples used in the videos will be available on GitHub. Let's get started.
Provide features like lambda expression, completely based on these features that we are talking now. So let's move with this. I'll discuss A to Z in details and do one lab also to try to understand it. Okay. So first we'll talk about inner class. So what is this inner class? Why we need inner class? Let's see it. So we define inner class like any class that contain another one class is called an inner class. Okay, any class that contain another one class inside it is defined as an inner class. So assume you have one class here, class A, fine. Inside this class A, I'm going to define another one class, class B. Fine. Okay. So class B contain inside class A. You see that class B is defined inside class A. So class B is an inner class. So any class that contain another one class is called an inner class. Simple one line point we can say. Any class that contain another one class inside is called an inner class. Fine. Okay. Now this inner class we can divide into three categories. Okay. What are those three categories? Inner class type, inner class type. So there's three types of inner classes there. First one is called simple inner class. Simple inner class. Second one is called method local inner class. Method local inner class. And the third one is called anonymous inner class. Inner class. We have these three types of inner class. We should know about these three types of inner class in details. So let's move with this. Let's move with this. Fine. Okay. So first we'll talk about simple inner class and how I can access a simple inner class. So let's move one by one. First we'll talk about simple inner class. For simple inner class, we can implement the same definition just now we talked about. Any class that is defined inside another class is called a simple inner class. Same definition we can say. This is the definition of simple inner class. So B is a simple inner class inside A. Okay, fine. Okay, or any this definition it can applicable for simple inner class also. This definition is applicable for simple inner class also. Okay, fine. Now what we have to know is that how we can deal with an simple inner class. Why I need an approach for simple inner class. I'm going to use a simple inner class approach. What is the advantage? Right. So these related details we try to explore one by one. Right. Okay. So just see here. B is a simple inner class inside class A. Fine. Okay. Now here, assume this A class, or you can make it not A, make it as an outer class, and make it as an inner. Like this also better you can write. So inside this outer class, you can provide one instance variable like int A equal to 10. You can define one instance variable inside this outer class. And inside an inner class, you can define another one instance variable like int b equal to 20. Fine. Okay. Now this inner class. Now what we have to know is that how. Let's see. Let's create one method inside the inner class. Void show. Assume one method is defined inside this inner class, and you are printing the value of A and B. System dot out dot println, and you are printing the value of A and B, like A equal to class A plus B equal to class B. Right? This is a simple inner class that you have instance variable and method. Inside this simple inner class, you have instance variables and method, and it's okay. Inner. Right? Now, this is an outer class instance variable. Now, what we have to know is that why I'll go for this approach, simple inner class approach, right? Why I'll go for the simple inner class approach and how to use it. Now this, see, the thing is that if I don't want to create a separate class without to implement some functionality, I don't want to create a separate class, and I don't have to reuse that class also in other module, then better to go for the simple inner class. In which scenario, I don't want to create a separate class and I want to implement a small functionality without creating a separate class. And as well as I don't have to reuse that class in some other module. In that scenario, I can create a simple inner class and implement that functionality. So that is defined here. Okay, fine. Now this is a simple inner class. So now what we have to know is that if I'm using this simple inner class approach, then how I can access this? How we can call a simple inner class? Question, I'm talking about how we can call a simple inner class. How I can call a simple inner class? So this simple inner class, you can call this two processes there. Okay, two process you can call a simple inner class. The first approach is this is simple inner class. How I can call it? So first approach is that you have to create an object of simple inner class. You have to create an object of simple inner class inside the method of the outer class. This is an outer class, right? So we have to create a method for outer class like void and display. So this is a method of the outer class, right? Void display, it's a method of the outer class, correct? Now what you have to do, you have to create an object of the simple inner class inside the method of the outer class. That means inner I equal to new inner, and then I'm calling here I dot show. So I'm creating a simple inner class object. I'm calling the show method. Fine. Okay. Now, fine. So this is one approach how I can call a simple inner class. This is one approach how I can call a simple inner class. Fine. So what we can write here, first approach how I can call a simple inner class. We have to create an object of simple inner class, right, inside the method of the outer class. Inside the method of the outer. You have to create an object of simple inner class inside the method of the outer class, right? Okay. So this is the first approach. You should just save it. And let's see how we can call it. So how I can call this, then you have to create a main method, right? You have to create a main method. And so public static void main string args. That's it, right? Now what we'll do inside this main method, you have to create an object of outer obj equal to new outer, and we can call here obj dot display. That's it, done. Right. So this is an example of simple inner class, how I can access it. The first approach. In this first approach, what we have done, we have to create an object of simple inner class inside the method of the outer class. Then from the main method, I can create an object of outer and call display. So we can see that show method gets executed. Let's see it is working or not. Copy outer.java, you have to execute, right? So close this, create another one class, right click new class, and assume the package name as like this, and class name is outer. Finish. So if I want to execute this class outer, right click source format and save it. Right click, run as Java application, and we can see that inner class method gets executed, and we get the output A and B both. Right? So this simple inner class is working fine. We can access the simple inner class, and it is working fine, right? Right? So you can try and can execute in your system, check it's running or not. Okay. Now this is the first approach how I can access a simple inner class. We have another one. Second approach is also there. Second approach is also there, how we can access a simple inner class. We have a second approach how we can access simple inner class, right? So let's see what is that approach. Let me convert the same code using the second approach. Control C. Control V. In the second approach, what you have to do is that let it be same everything. Second approach. In the second approach, I don't need this method. So I have to call this inner class method, right, in the second approach. So what you have to do is that you have to directly create an object of inner class from this main method. How? You can write here outer dot inner obj equal to new outer dot new inner. Outer dot inner obj equal to new outer dot new inner. Then I'm calling obj dot display. Fine. So it should work fine, right? So this is the second approach how I can access outer demo. Assume my class name is outer demo. So this is the second approach how I can access an inner class object where directly I'm creating an object of the inner class. Outer dot inner obj equal to new outer dot new inner. So it's directly I'm creating an inner class object. Fine. And using that obj I'm calling the show method, not display. Display is not there. Show method. Show is an method of your inner class, right? So it should work fine, no issues on this, right? So let me check it's working or not. Control C, right click new class, outer demo. Control V, save it. Okay, so actually the problem is here already some other class is there. That's why the problem. So do one thing, create one package first, right click new package, use the package is this. Now just move this class inside this package. So if you move it, now you'll not get any problem. Now this is your outer demo class. Save it. So assume I've written outer demo, right? So this is outer class and this is inner class. So you can write outer demo dot inner equal to new outer demo new in. I think it should be new outer demo dot inner obj new outer demo dot new inner. So new delete token So is there something we are doing wrong? Save it. It should work. Let me write once again. This is my outer class. This is the inner class. So it should be outer demo dot inner ob equal to new outer demo dot inner. Okay, it's working, right? Okay, save it. And so what it will do, it is directly creating an object of the inner class. Okay, and then I'm calling ob.show. Save it. No closing instance, outer demo is accessible. Must qualify the allocation of enclosing instance outer demo that we are talking about here. New inner. Okay, do one thing and do it in a separate. This is my outer class and this is my inner class. Make it separate. Control X. And now let's create a separate class called class outer demo. Outer and inner class as it is, I've just kept it taken. I'm just putting the main method outside. So next we'll talk about method local inner class. Next we'll talk about method local inner class. Anyone have any queries on simple inner class? I can add. Let's talk about it. So how we can define a method local inner class is like any class that is defined inside the method of the outer class is called a method local inner class. Any class that is defined inside the method of the outer class is called a method local inner class. So how it is, just see here. We have one class, assume this is class A. Fine. So inside this class, we have one method, assume void method 1. We have one method inside this class, right? Then inside this method, I'm going to define another one class, class B. Class B. Fine. Okay. So here, if you see, this is a method local inner class because this class is defined inside the method of the outer class, right? So how you can define method local inner class? Like any class that is defined inside the method of the outer class is called method local inner class, right? Any class that is defined inside the method of the outer class. So in this example, B is defined inside the method of the outer class, so B is a method local inner class. Correct. Now the question is that how we can access a method local inner class. Correct. So there is only one process to access method local inner class. So let me make it outer and let me make it inner. Fine. So assume we have an outer class instance variable int a equal to 10, outer class instance variable. Fine. Then we have outer class methods local variable like int b equal to 20, right? Then we have outer class inner class instance variable int c equal to 30, right? And inside this inner class, I have to define one method like void show, right? So that is an method local inner class method. And here I'm going to print system dot out dot println, print all the variable. First one is a equal to plus a plus b equal to plus b plus c equal to plus c plus, that's it. Fine. So just see here, this is your outer class method, outer class. Inside this you have outer class method. Inside this outer class method you have an inner class, that is called method local inner class. Inside method local inner class you have one instance variable and one method. So this method is method local inner class method is printing all the values like outer class instance variable, outer class method is local variable, and outer class method local inner class instance variable, right? Okay. Now the question is that how I can access this method local inner class, right? How I going to access this method local inner class? So there is only one process how I can access a method local inner class. What you have to do is that we have to create how to access method local inner class. Let me write here how we can access method local inner class. There is only one process is there. What is that one process? Is that we have to create an object of method local inner class. You have to create an object of method local inner class inside the method of the outer class. You have to create an object of method local inner class inside the method of the outer class. What do you have to do? We have to create an object of method local inner class inside the method of the outer class. Hmm? You have to create an object of method local inner class inside the method of the outer class. So how it is? So just see here. This is the method of the outer class, and inside this you have to create an object. So create an object. So what you have to do? Inner obj equal to new inner. Fine. And using this I have to call obj dot show, obj dot show. That's it, right? So that we have created. So what you have to do in the main class? Let's create a main class method local inner class. Okay, and inside this I have to write a main method. What we'll do inside this method is that you have to create an object of outer obj equal to new outer. Fine. And then I'm calling obj dot Method one. Method one. That's it. Fine. Let me check it is running or not. So just Control C, copy. MLIC, right? So save it. Okay. So here, okay, I'm just talking about, not here. I'm talking about how to get this class. So right click new class, right? And use the corresponding package name as something like this. And use that particular class. What is the name of the class? MLIC, main class, MLIC. Fine. So finish. Save it. Right click source format. Save this. Right click run as Java application. Now you can see it is working fine. That means what? We can access a method local inner class, right? Creating an object of this class inside the method of the outer class, and it is working fine. So that is another one approach how can interact with method local inner class, right? Okay. So any question you can add if anyone have any queries on this. Now next one is anonymous inner class. Next one we'll talk about anonymous inner class. So let's see this. Let's see. These three class important from the point of view of lambda expression. And talk about lambda expressions, we'll use this. From here we'll move to lambda expression. Let's talk about anonymous inner class. It is another important class in Java. Now this anonymous inner class we should know because its approach is used in multiple locations, especially if you work on swings and applet swings, or in framework level also you'll find this anonymous inner class approach is used. So here also the same thing. I don't want to create a separate class. Okay. I don't want to create a separate class. Without creating a separate class, okay, I want to implement a specific functionality. Then I should go with this anonymous inner class approach. So let's see how it is. So anonymous inner class is that class. It doesn't have any name. It does not have any name. So anonymous inner class does not have any name. So then how it is, right? So just see here, assume, and let me write this code a little much more easy. So let me writing on code. Assume this is a class A. Fine. And this class have a particular method. This class a particular method like void show. Class has a particular method void show. This class has a particular method void show. System out dot println, and you are printing that like inside a simple normal class, right? Now what I am going to do, I want to create an object of this anonymous inner class. Okay, so if I want to create an object, anonymous inner class, how to create, just see here please. How to create an object? How to create an object? I create an object like new A. So if I write like this, that means it's an A class object, right? New A, that means what? It's an new A semicolon. That means what? It's an A class object, right? Right. Now what I have to do? I want to create an object, new A, opening brace, closing brace, semicolon. And here I'm going to write void show method. It's a semicolon, not colon. And here Control C, Control V, like this. Then save it. Fine. Okay. Now here, this is an anonymous class object. So just now I told you that anonymous class is that class that doesn't have any name. Okay. So here the anonymous class does not have any name. I'm written new A. That means what is the A class object? No. After new AA, I've used opening curly brace, closing curly brace, and semicolon. What does it mean? I'm creating an anonymous class object. That class does not have any name, overriding the method of class A. Again, I'm saying, just we have all today we talked about function overriding, right? So from that perspective, I'm just saying here, I'm creating now, which is the anonymous class object. Anonymous class is that class that doesn't have any name. That name doesn't exist. Okay, and I'm creating an object of anonymous class. That class doesn't exist, overriding the method of the class A. Now here I'm going to write inside anonymous. So this is a show method and overriding the method from this class to my class, my code. Right. So this is the definition. This is how we define anonymous class concept. So that a class that doesn't have any name. So we can create a particular anonymous class object like this. Now, when you create a particular object, till the time you're not using it, no use, right? So what you have to do is that you have to use a reference to handle that object. Using a particular reference, I should handle this object. As for example, you are using a particular remote to handle the object projector, right? Similarly, we need a particular Java class reference, and using that reference, I have to handle that object, or I have to use that object. So how to create that reference? You can create an object a obj equal to this. So if you see here, using this reference of the class AA, I'm going to point to an anonymous class object. Right? So assume this you can define inside another one class, like class extends this right? Okay. This is another one class, correct? Okay. Now how I can call this anonymous class object? How I'll call this anonymous class object? So what you have to do is that you write a method void display. Define one method void display. Right? So inside this display method, you can write like that obj dot show. So this is what you're calling and using anonymous class object. See, this is an anonymous class object. Then when you have used this reference to point out this anonymous class object, then this reference become an anonymous class object, right? So using this reference, I'm calling show method. Correct? Using this reference, I'm calling show method. That means using obj, I'm calling the method, overridden method inside my anonymous class object. Right? Right? So let's see it is working or not. That is done, right? So now how I can call it. So now you already know to call it you have to use one main class. So create one main class. Create one main class. Assume your main class name is class demo, something like that, right? Now should have a main method, public static void main string args, right? So inside this main method, you can create an object of pb obj equal to new pb, and then you can call obj dot use some other name, no? Ob, and ob dot display. You can call ob dot display. So this is how we can now this display method is calling the method that is defined inside your anonymous class object, right? So it should work fine, right? So let me execute. Control C copy and right click new class, and my class name is ano demo. Use some package name like this. Finish. Now here Control C Control V, save it, and here you can use this is one class, base class. This is a derived class, and this is the main method. Fine. So right click, run as Java application. You can see it is working fine. Creating an object of the derived class. I'm calling the method that is defined inside my anonymous class object. Yes, because this method is called inside the display method. Getting an object of BB and calling the display, that means it's going to print output of your anonymous class object. Fine, so it is working fine, right? So yes, please, anyone want to add something more about anonymous class? Any question on this? From anonymous class. Fine. So this is how we have to actually these labs we have to complete. You have to execute and check the output, the system. Then only it will work. So you have to execute them and then you have to see how it is working, because these things are very important from perspective, because next we'll talk about the Java 8 features like lambda expression. So to understand lambda expression, these things should not have any doubts. It should be clear, all the three types of inner classes. Then those things will be much more easy to move forward. Fine. So I'll suggest everyone, please execute these labs in your system and check how it is running.